Welcome back to Sunshine. Excuse me. SunshinehazeCo. My name is Aja A. This is actually I haven't done a moon. I've been recording tarot videos. This is a moon video. This is for the Taurus full moon that we just had yesterday morning, or was it morning? Yesterday morning? Yeah. Yesterday morning, the Taurus full moon partial lunar eclipse. So this video will be a little bit longer, or maybe it won't. Maybe I'll just talk fast. We'll see. Than the normal ones. It's also late, so bear with me, guys, because like normally, I decided to wait to do this video until I got sleepy and wanted to go to bed. So bear with me. I did want to get this up before too many days had passed, so you guys have some idea of the type of energies that we'll be working with over the next couple of weeks. And we are speaking to the Taurus full moon cycle, which is Taurus full moon to the Sagittarius new moon. But we're also talking about Taurus full moon to the Gemini full moon. Also talking about Taurus full moon up until the Taurus new moon, and also speaking to the Taurus full moon cycle to all the way to the next Taurus full moon. So just depending on how your chart is set up, some of the times these energies may be a little bit more prominent, but we're speaking mostly to the next couple of weeks here, okay? Speaking quickly, just to give you guys a little bit of background knowledge, a little bit of the basics. What is a full moon? It's when the moon is in opposition to the sun. The side of the moon that is facing us is illuminated, so we're dealing with the energies of illumination, clarity, and also full moons are associated with release. And because the moon is in connection with our spirituality, it is a time of heightened intuition, and also it's a time of heightened emotions as well. Now, speaking to the lunar eclipse aspect of this, when I speak to lunar eclipses, I like to simplify it, call them like a full moon on steroids. That's the best way that I can put it to kind of give the easiest definition to it. So lunar eclipses are like amplified full moons. I mean, eclipses also symbolize times of change, the energy of change. Solar, I speak to changes that are coming in. Speaking to lunar are changes that are phasing out. So we are dealing with a full moon here. It's also a lunar eclipse, so we've got a lot of heightened full moon, heightened release, heightened clarity, heightened illumination, heightened intuition, all of the things, okay? Heightened emotions. Also, before I get into the specifics of this moon, this full moon eclipse is actually starting the Taurus Scorpio eclipse axis. So we do, I believe, have, I want to say, one more eclipse on the Gemini Sagittarius axis, which I'll put that up whenever that is happening. But we are now starting the Taurus Scorpio eclipse axis, so we're getting a little bit of insight into the changes and transformation that's going to be happening for us over the next couple of years. The last eclipse on this axis will be in October of 2023. Okay, all right. I've said already several times that this full moon is in the sign of Taurus, the bull. I will get a little bit into that in a second, but for more basics, this full moon eclipse happened actually yesterday, November 19th. That was a Friday at 3:57 in the morning. If you're interested in, like, looking up your chart, or if you just want to know those things like me. In 27 degrees, and I will talk about the numerology a little bit later on in the video. The eclipse is, it's over now, but it was visible in North America, South America, parts of Australia, and Asia, somewhere in Asia, Eastern Asia. Okay, you guys, now we can get into the specifics for this Taurus full moon. Excuse me. So speaking a little bit to Taurus energy, Taurus is determined, diligent. Taurus is also loyal. Taurus is a sensual energy. It's ruled by Venus, okay? Generous on the shadow side. Taurus can be lazy, a little jealous or possessive, as most earth signs are on and when they're operating in their shadow aspects. What else do I got here? Gluttonous. Y'all, we be going at the Tauruses, but that is a true shadow aspect of Taurus energy. It is a little bit of gluttony. Selfishness and stubbornness, which is also true to, generally speaking, to earth energy, okay? So all of these energies will be playing out, transpiring for us. Also, just keep in mind where this full moon is passing over your chart, because that can give you an idea to like the specifics of what type of energies you might be tapping into, okay? A couple of points that I want to speak to specifically for this energy over the next couple of weeks. And the first one is speaking to our comfort zones. It is no secret that Taurus is the zodiac sign of comfort. We know this. Taurus likes to kick it at home, sit on the couch, watch all the Netflix, eat all the cookies, and it's cool. I like it. I like earth energy, whatever. With that being said, this is a full moon. So what is going to be happening for a lot of us is this illumination, this clarity coming in, looking at where we've actually been a little too comfortable. Where have you been lethargic? Where have you been chilling? Where has there been work that needed to be done? And while you may know this, you like, I'm comfortable here. Like, I can work with what I have. You know, I know I'm supposed to be doing this over here, but you know, this works for me now. I'm comfortable. Gaining some insight into where you've been a little too comfortable, where you've been lethargic, where you've been lazy. Over these next couple of weeks, you'll be starting to see, oh, I should have been putting more work in here. Ooh, I'm going to need to put more effort going forward into this project or into this relationship or whatever the case may be. Taking a look at and seeing, you know, where have I not been moving? Where have I been chilling? Where have I been staying in a certain space because I've been comfortable with that energy and not necessarily wanting to go and explore what new energies I can mix and mingle with. Just speaking to eclipse, change, and transformative energy, we're also in the season of change, which is the fall. So you guys, we are definitely, this is the time for changes to come in. My mouth is dry. I've been over here trying to fight it. Give me a second, y'all. I need some water. God, my mouth is ridiculous. Like, that is the most unnecessary after effects. You are very welcome. No problem. Okay. Where was I at, you guys? Speaking to comfort zones. That's all I wanted to say about that. Looking at where we've been too comfortable and where we need to step out of our comfort zones. Okay. Next, and this is the fun point, or maybe not necessarily fun right now, just depending on how it's going to work out for you with your chart. We are on, as I mentioned earlier, the Taurus and Scorpio eclipse axis now. And as we know, Taurus is ruled by Venus, so there is the love element. Scorpio is associated with Pluto, which is also associated with sex, transformation, all of the things, right? So one of the things that is coming in for us on an individual level with this moon, with this eclipse, is looking at our love and our intimate energies. And because it is a full moon, gaining some insight into, you know, excuse me, a release of detrimental patterns in romance and in intimacy. So speaking, for example, for myself, over the past like couple of weeks, and I've been saying this for a while. I'm like, I need to do like some sort of cleanse or something to where I do some yoni work. I literally within the last week decided that I was gonna spend the last month of December doing a cleanse. Like, I'm not gonna do any smoking, which is sounding crazy coming from a girl from Denver, Colorado, but it's cool. Like, you know, pretty much a cool, sober month. Also working on, you know, releasing certain energies, specifically speaking to the yoni for myself. So sex and love coming up there, because one of the main points for me is releasing negative or old cords of attachment that don't serve me anymore, old habits. Definitely taking a look at, you know, the way that you are in love, the ways that you are interacting with people intimately. What else as far as this Scorpio and Taurus love and sex point is concerned? I think the main point with this, especially with it being an eclipse and especially with us speaking to Taurus energy, when it comes to love, and this is true for most people, you tend to hold on to these cords, even though you might be far removed from said relationships, from said situationships or occurrences. When it comes to these types of energies, these energies, they sit and they I was going to say fester, which is not the word I was looking for, but I guess that might be channeling right there, needing to get rid of them energies that are just festering, that you've picked up by way of your intimate encounters and your love relationships. So cleansing cords of attachment, releasing the things that you're still kind of connected to, habits regarding love and also regarding sex over the next couple of weeks. Definitely seeing some change and transformation over the eclipse cycle, which is the course of 2 years. May see some shifts happen. If any of you guys are in relationships, you may see some shifts happening in your relationships over the next couple of weeks. And then even more so because we do have a Venus retrograde coming up, which I'll put a video up on that in a couple of weeks, in like a month. I'll put a video up on that in about a month. It's coming in the middle of December. Okay. All right, moving on to the next point. looking at our personal power and our work ethic, speaking to this eclipse. That is a hard phrase to say. Eclipse axis again. Taurus is typically diligent. Taurus is a worker. Taurus is the bull. Taurus is earth energy. Being on the Scorpio axis, we are dealing with the energy of, our personal power as well. So what we are also going to be seeing on an individual level during this month with this transformative eclipse energy is this path being illuminated to the work that needs to be done so that we can actually find ourselves in places of success and abundance regarding our passion projects and regarding the things that help us tap into our greatest potential, put it like that. And that's it for those 3 points. Quickly speaking to the shadow side, energies that might be popping up or dwelling in your feelings. It is a full moon, and we're also dealing with Taurus. Earth energy tends to be very stubborn, and Taurus is actually the earth sign that is not known to be like the other two, that does not exhibit emotion. So this is a time in which you may find yourself kind of dwelling in emotions. You may find yourself getting a little paranoid by the way that you are dwelling in your emotions. Staying in spaces that are a little dense and a negative might be kind of tainting your vision, making it either hazy or causing you to look at things in the wrong type of light, so to speak. What else do I have here? Allowing ourselves to become lazy, also stubbornness, and also putting ourselves into these spaces of depression and anxiety by way of how we are emotionally processing things over these next couple of weeks. So be mindful of those energies when they pop up, because you are now aware of them. Try to tackle them, try to work through whatever it is that you need to work through so that you don't have to walk around carrying those things on you. Earth energy is heavy. Earth energy is not hard, is not necessarily easy to maneuver, and with it being on an axis with a very deep, intense water sign, there's definitely definitely a possibility of, a lot of emotional intensity and that kind of throwing you off your game. But just be mindful of it when it comes up. We're human, acknowledge it. Acknowledge your feelings, process your feelings, and then make your moves how you need to make your moves, okay? All right, let's get into the aspects of this moon. We've got the moon squaring Jupiter, trine to Pluto. These aspects also make up something called an animated figure. I've also seen it called, what was the other one? An awakened figure, but I've seen the term animated figure, so I'm going to speak to it as an animated figure for the purposes of this video. And also it is in conjunction with the star named Algol or Algol. Y'all know I'm bad at pronouncing the star names, but I'm gonna tell y'all about the energy so you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? So first, speaking to the square to Jupiter. Typically, when Jupiter is in some sort of aspect, it is a planet of expansion, of growth, of positivity. It has a very positive, abundant energy associated with it. So anytime that Jupiter appears in an aspect, despite whether it comes up with like a bad or a challenging aspect, like a square or an opposition, the energy is fairly light. It is still positive. So we've got this square to Jupiter, which brings in, excuse me, which brings in hope. Jupiter, again, being the planet of expansion and progression, and the moon being associated with our emotions and our spirituality and love, so to speak. We've got hope coming in for the things that we are passionate about. So over the course of the next couple of weeks, you're probably going to be working on your passion projects, or definitely mixing and mingling with people that make your heart beat. So just pay attention to those things and notice that whatever it is that you want to transpire in those areas, it's actually, we've got the energy here to where it's bringing in this very abundant and positive feeling of, I have the hope that these things can actually be more abundant in these spaces, okay? On the shadow side of that, I was about to move into the next one, but let me just quickly speak to this. With the moon square Jupiter, although it's still pretty much a light energy, be mindful of recklessness and also of excessiveness, you guys. I remember I was writing these notes, and when I wrote that note down, I caught myself. I was like, wow, I really let this eclipse take me out. Like the week before, and with the eclipses, the shadow period is a little bit longer than the typical full moon period. So we were in the shadow period of this eclipse, you guys. It is a Taurus eclipse. Y'all know Taurus is ruled by Venus, which means Taurus likes to spend money on nice things. So I was not like I wasn't paying attention to it. Also sidebar on top of the fact that my mother, who is a fancy star of the show Leo person, encouraged this nonsense that I found myself doing. I was just buying stuff and I was writing these notes, you guys, getting notices on my phone for packages being delivered, and I'm writing the note about being excessive, and I'm like, wow, I got. I got my little Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus self, all this moon energy. I got. So be mindful of being excessive. You do not need to spend all of your money. Okay. And while I like nice things and I work for what I got is definitely justifiable, just be mindful. Okay. Just don't be like me. Do as I say and not as I do. Another shadow energy for that is, I think I said becoming lethargic, like lazy. To be mindful of being lazy, especially with eclipse energy. I do not know about you guys, but me personally, I have noticed like with lunar eclipses, I'm just sleepy. I feel like a sleepy Taurus or Pisces, and then when we have solar eclipses, I have way more energy than I ever need in a lifetime. I feel like a fire sign when we have solar eclipses. It's not strange to me, but it is strange to me. Um, so just be mindful of becoming lazy. Energy is a little bit heavier right now, a little bit harder to maneuver. So try not to let that consume you and get the best of you. Try to work through that. Tap into the Taurus bull energy and charge forward as far as, you know, once you're gaining this insight and illumination, as opposed to the Taurus, I'm going to chill and be comfortable and relax energy, okay? This other aspect, which is the trine to Pluto, which pretty much just brings in this energy of feeling deep, a lot of introspection coming in for us, and also deeper connections with the people that we are involved with, and also transformation within these relationships. So anybody that you have been, you know, involved with, and I'm not just speaking to a romantic relationship, but because we are speaking to Pluto, this could definitely point to your romantic or intimate relationships. Just anybody that has been very prominent for you over the course of this shadow period, over the course of the past few months. You definitely probably see some sort of transformation, deepening of these relationships playing out over the course of the next couple of weeks, all the way through the duration of this eclipse axis leading up through October of 2023. What else? That's it for the aspects. No, I'm lying. That's it for that particular point. I'm going to speak to the the animated figure before I talk about the star, because the star got a lot going on with it. So quickly, this animated figure is pulling in the sun, the moon, Jupiter, and what's the other one? And Pluto. These aspects are what, these planets, these aspects are what are lending to this animated figure energy, and that is basically just magician energy. If you're not into tarot, that's basically just having the energy of manifestation, and also like the Midas touch, and being able to manifest the things that you are thinking about, having all of the elements, all of the resources that are needed to make these things transpire. So we do have this energy of having all of the keys that are necessary to make whatever happen that we want to happen. So, you know, even though it is a full moon, and I typically speak to release, because we have an eclipse and this is a time of change, there's definitely going to be some things initiated, because it is the first eclipse of this cycle. Going to be some things initiated during this cycle. Just be mindful of and intentional of the way that you're working with your energy and the way you are moving and interacting with things, okay? Now let's talk about this little star called Algol. Don't know how to say it. It's spelled Algol. All right. This star is in the constellation of Perseus. Hey, Perseus. I think I wrote this. I was really taking notes, y'all. So this is chicken scratch. I don't know what these letters are, but I believe it is Perseus or Perseus. I think Perseus is made up. I think it's Perseus, but it is in this constellation. The star Algol is in this constellation. I would like to let you guys know, and this is important, that this specific constellation is known for dealing with collective energy and collective events. This particular star is not necessarily the most harmonious, positive star. This is a star that's actually considered to be one of the most evil stars, and it is in the constellation of the collective. So energy's a little wild, you guys. We're even seeing this already with things happening currently as far as the collective is concerned, re the Rittenhouse verdict. And with this being Taurus energy that this is in conjunction with, that's bull energy. So charging forward, and this is a full moon, this is a lunar eclipse, this is gaining illumination and clarity into things that are going on. So just using that particular verdict as an example, speaking to this energy, seeing that that is completely wrong, chaotic, the most evil star, right? That a not guilty verdict is one of the most evil things, and we see it happen a lot. It's not shocking anymore, but it's still, it's evil. Okay, so this evil star energy dealing with the collective, this is a collective event, right? This is a collective issue. And excuse me, sorry, and this conjunction and this eclipse energy, it being illuminated, and these things are needing to be phased out. Your message is not coming up, love. Anyways, and I would like to say, unless you have a question about this eclipse or this full moon, please refrain. I do not have on my glasses, and this video is already longer than the rest of them, so I'm trying to wrap it up. Unless it's a question about the full moon, hang on to it, okay? Moving away from that, another thing that we might see, just speaking to this chaos, also just so you guys know that this star is, the best way to describe it is that it carries like Saturn energy, and is it Jupiter? I think it's Jupiter. Is it Saturn, Jupiter? Saturn and Jupiter energy, but it's not an energy of ease. And so what we can also see, and we're starting to see it already, is a COVID surge. Okay, this star is, generally speaking, it is rebellion, it's chaos, it is excuse me, rebellion, chaos, unexpected death, and also accidents are very, very common for transits with this star. So just be mindful, but also know that this particular energy is more so related to the collective. So definitely seeing some things in the collective that are going to be sparking some change or sparking some shifts. I spoke about this briefly in my Great Conjunction video, which I do have linked in the description box. Speaking about the presidency, do some research. Y'all can look that up. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but unexpected accidents and things of that sort. I wouldn't be surprised if we heard something about the president that is getting a colonoscopy, or the president that is currently in office, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if we heard something interesting going down with either one of those individuals over the course of the next couple months, or the next couple weeks. But just throwing that out there. But this star, speaking to collective events, because of the constellation that it's in and the energy that it's dealing with, it is not a harmonious energy. It is a difficult energy. So please be careful, you guys. Stay as safe as you can, especially as far as COVID is concerned. Stay safe. Wear your mask. I know y'all hate the mask, but hey, I ain't been sick in a minute because my mouth has been covered from picking up y'all's germs. Okay, y'all, let's move into the numerology. This moon was in 9 degrees. 9 is the number of ascension, cycles, ending, cycling out, and also it is the number of community as well. So basically, with this energy of change and transformation, getting some insight into the things that need to be cycled out for us, getting some insight into the things that need to be closed up, how we need to start preparing to move forward and move into our next spaces, into our ascended energies. Okay, this is happening, or it happened, because this was yesterday. I was a day late this time. I've been pretty good, you guys, but I've been sleepy, eclipse energy, so I am getting this one up a day late, almost 2 days late, because it's probably, oh no, I thought it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It is still Saturday. Look at me. This eclipse happened on an 8-day. 8 is the number associated with cycles, karma, progression. Also, it is the infinity number. So just speaking again to changes that need to be cycled out. And because this is an eclipse and we're dealing with Taurus energy, probably changes that you are aware that need to be made, you've been aware of that need to be made, but just for whatever reasons, speaking again to being in that Taurus comfort, things that you were just too comfortable to change. And now what is coming up is the energy to really light that fire underneath you to ignite the spark and charge for it to make the changes that you need to be making. Okay. What else do I have, you guys? Rituals. This is an eclipse, so I'm gonna do a little bit extra for this particular moon for myself. I'm literally probably adding just like one step. So this is a full moon, so write intentions. If you're going to write intentions, these are intentions that you want to burn or whatever you want to do. What I do is I write my intentions out either on like a small piece of paper or like an index card. I'll write them in the color associated with the zodiac that we're dealing with. So Taurus, I'm probably going to use like a green, like a dark green or a green, just regular green, color pencil or highlighter. Writing intentions, speaking to I release, I have clarity, I now have insight, I no longer, I stop, I cease, because it is a full moon. It symbolizes the beginning of the end of the lunar cycle. And what else? Writing your intentions. I will be cleansing my stones. And so after I smudge my stones, because we're dealing with earth energy, what I will probably do is put them into a little container and put some potting soil over them. Speaking in everything that I do, all of my rituals are all about intention. And so what I'll basically be doing is having the soil by way of the earth element remove the stones and absorb the energies that no longer need to be in those stones, so that when I start working with them, they can be popping and the energy can be right. What else? Smells, earthy smells or heart chakra, because Taurus is definitely associated with the heart chakra being by way of Venus. Root chakra, because Taurus is an earth sign, like root chakra, earth chakra smells, essential oils. Stones, I like to hold the stones while I read off my intentions. What do I got? Peach selenite, blue, orange, black kyanite, jade, unakite, rhodonite, however you say it, rose quartz. There's more stones. Google is free. And yeah, that's it for my rituals. Y'all know I actually keep them very, very simple. Spirituality, you approach it in a way that is most comfortable for you. Just make sure that you are intentional and that you are always protecting your energy when you are doing this work, okay? Okay, let's wrap it up, you guys. Taurus, full moon, lunar eclipse, basically showing us how to come out of our comfort zone, gaining illumination and insight into how we need to do that, looking at the things that need to be changed and transformed and phased out for us, starting with this lunar eclipse, okay? Looking at what needs to be done for us to achieve life's pleasures, an initiation of our personal transformation, and on a collective level, a little bit of chaos. It is what it is. The people who are going to be the most affected are people with a lot of lunar energy in their charts, like myself, but specifically people with charts ruled by Taurus or Venus. Of course, people with their moons in, 27 degrees of Taurus. Anywhere you have 27 degrees in your chart or within the orb of 27 degrees, which is typically 6 or 7 degrees either way. The closer you are to the number, the more intense the energy. Specifically speaking, when I do my work, my orb, what I consider the orb is like 3 or 4 degrees. So, but 6 or 7, you still in the ballpark. What else? What is Taurus? Fixed. People with a lot of fixed energy in their charts, or anywhere that you have these aspects to Taurus or these aspects to whatever I just mentioned. Also, because we're talking about an eclipse, anywhere you got Scorpio energy in your chart too, you can expect to see some shifts or some changes happening. All right, that's my video. That is my video. Before I go, you guys, quick shameless plugs. The eclipse series, because we are now having an eclipse, and I believe we'll have, I think we'll have another one, or I might be tripping. Is the next Sagittarius moon an eclipse? It is. Okay, so we're having another eclipse in a couple of weeks, so check out the eclipse series. If you want some insight into the Gemini Sagittarius eclipse, you can watch those videos from earlier on in the year. We do have a couple of planets still in retrograde, and we'll have another one coming back, and then we have a couple that recently stationed direct, so check out the retrograde series. We're in a completely different month. It's November. We're in the middle of November now, but I've got hella videos up. That's why I could not get this video started right away, because I thought I was doing a tarot video. So all of the general tarot readings are up. I also did love readings this month, you guys, which is, I know that's crazy, right? But I did 24 readings for y'all, free readings for y'all. Book a reading with me. Book a paid reading with me, because 24 readings is ridiculous for free. Book a paid reading, because y'all be liking my reading, so help us this out. What else is up that you guys should watch? We are in the Scorpio lunar cycle, so check out the Scorpio new moon video. And that's it. Those are all my plugs. Oh, November raffle. Any video that I have uploaded in November, I am mentioning the raffle. This raffle, I am giving away what's personalized core numbers numerology report. They are typically $35 on my channel. If you would like to enter to win a free one for the month of November, you can comment done, your favorite number, and your favorite emoji. I'll keep it open until the last day, and I'll announce the winner at the beginning of the month. Okay, and you can enter on any of your videos. I don't care how many times you enter, whatever, just enter. Live your best life. Okay. And that is all I got, you guys. I already kind of dropped my Etsy plug because I told you guys to book a paid reading with me, but I do have other spiritual and divination tools on my shop. So you can, if you want something else, you can go on there and check it out as well. I'm sleepy. I'm going to go to bed now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.